Alright boys, welcome back to another video. Today pretty much just going to be doing a backtesting session, treating my extremely high win rate ICT discretionary model, but I'm mainly going to be focusing and going over standard deviation, last week's PA. Okay, so we're going to do last week's PA. Reason why I'm not doing a whole month is because I really want to take my time and like explain my whole thought process on the trades that I'm taking instead of like rushing through it by backtesting a whole month. But I will do a whole month session of backtesting, but in another video. Another thing I want to mention is you should always chart with M and Q because it gives the cleanest price action. The cleanest charts for like marking out your levels and whatnot. So let's just get started. We're gonna do. Okay. Alright, make this S&P 500. Okay, we're gonna go to the next day open. I'll kind of talk you guys through my whole thought process. So I always like to start on the 15-minute time frame. Alright, you can use the 4-hour and the hourly, but for me I like the 15-minute because it shows like everything a lot better in my opinion, and it's all I really need. So looking at this off the rip, right, what do? We came down, looks like we swept south side, delivery on this 15-minute gap. On top of that we have an SM. Oh, hold up, gotta turn on interval. So it looks like we might have an SMT. Yeah, we do. We have an SMT here. Okay. I don't like to marry biases. I'd rather just read and react to what price is giving. I think that's the better way to trade. Because if you marry bias, you're like, oh, I only want to take longs. But sometimes it's better to short and whatnot. So right here, what I am noticing is, see if we have any deviations we can mark out. Turtle soup. Alright, turtle soup. I'm gonna try this 30-second here with low body high. -4 gets met. I like this a lot actually. The reason why I like this a lot is because this -4 gets met, 5-minute gets traded into. Right, we're inside of a BPR here, where we have a fair value gap here that gets closed below, and then another fair value gap there. And on top of that, this high is not protected right here because we swept this high, which was inside of a fair value gap. So I can have a protected stop when I take this trade. Just put my stop below CE. This looks like a really strong displacement candle. I'll just target sell side, 33 points, which is really good. I like to average at least like 30 points. 30 points is like solid. Alright, let me go with 10 micros here. Alright, 10 micros. Stop at the high. Holy shoot, bro. Alright, well, TP bang. So that's the first trade. Very solid trade, right? We get that manipulation. We come in -4, respect -4. Come into this 15-minute gap, BPR, IFG, right? Just respect all of these bearish arrays and come down and take out sell side with a protected stop. So that was great. Let's see what we got here. You should always ask yourself, where are we coming from and where are we going to? So we are coming from, looks like nothing actually. Alright, so we're coming from straight up nothing. This looks so bad, bro. So ideally here, I want to see manipulation, either at these lows or these highs. I'd rather have these lows get taken and then us to trade into this 15-minute gap. Okay. Alright, 15-minute gets mitigated. Let's see what happens here. Looks like we're just gonna dump, bro. Any deviation? Nah. Oh, I guess I could actually mark out. So we manipulated this high up here with this 15-minute deviation leg here. Looks like -2 just got met. On top of that, right, we had a liquidity sweep right there, and we're inside of this 5-minute imbalance. Alright, let's see how this -2 holds. Could potentially get longs to rebalance this range. If we get, okay, kind of want to take this here. Alright, I think I'm going to enter off this. Right? Reason being is because, what do we do here? If we're truly bearish, what are we going to do? We're going to come up into this bearish gap. We're going to respect it. We're going to displace lower and continue lower. But that's obviously not the case because we came back up and price bought back up very bullishly. So we're going to take longs off of this candle. And mind you, if this was live time, I'd enter probably like, okay, could have entered like here, but I probably would have entered like somewhere around here. But it's all good. Stock can be here. Just go for like a rebalance. Alright, let's try it. This looks actually pretty decent. Actually, I might feed this, bro. Wait, nah, screw it. Alright. Looks like it's gonna hit TP here. Bang. Okay, the reason why I said I might fade this is because we had this other bearish gap, but I was expecting price to hold anyways. And it looks like we just rebalanced this manipulation leg here. Came into OTE, respected it, and then displaced higher. So another entry could have been off this candle closure right there. Targeting your draws on liquidity. I wonder if we buy up, like, okay, yeah, so we come up into that gap. Okay, not bad. Pretty solid trade there for the Tuesday. Let's see what we get here. We have a data candle, so I do want to keep that in mind. Really good draw on liquidity. Looks like we also swept this high up here. Alright, let's see what we get here. Okay, we do have a deviation we can use. Boom. -2. Looks like a 1-minute gap and an order block as well. So damn. Okay, wait. Alright, technically, alright. I like that. Sweep, held the gap. We technically did hold the -2. And I low-key am expecting a rebalance, especially after this big candle here. Looks like it barely has a wick either. So I'm gonna just try and get like a 1-on-1. Just target the gap right there. I guess it can go like 15 pounds. Just have a tighter stop. Probably put my stop here. Bang. That was pretty clean. That was pretty obvious to me. Alright, -2 gets met. We sweep liquidity. We sort of sweep this low. Deliver out of this 1-minute gap. Expecting that rebalance before we probably sell off. Yeah. Yeah, usually we won't like leave these candles unmitigated. We'll come back, rebalance it, and then continue in the direction the market wants to go. So that was pretty clean. Is this a data? Oh, we do got another data. I don't know what that is. It might be NFP or something. Okay. Let's go to 15-minute first. Wow. Where's ES? ES is equal highs up here, I think. Okay. Wait. Okay. So I'm gonna mark out this deviation, right? Come up, liquidity, sweep this high, sweep out this high. I'm assuming we swept some other sort of liquidity too. Yeah, looks like we came into this gap, took out this high up here too. So, yeah, pretty valid manipulation. Like, let's see if this -4 gets met. Wait. Alright, -4 gets met perfectly. Holy. Perfect reaction off that -4. And we're inside of this gap here, right? Look how all of these PD arrays just stack up on top of each other. Swept out this liquidity, this low here, sort of swooped it. Boom. Right. Did we come into OTE of the range? I'm assuming we at least rebalance like to the midpoint. Yeah, midpoint rebalance. Oh, I think I'm gonna long this up to that mitigated gap. Just take a calm little rebalance trade here. Get rid of. Wait, we're going like 15. I'll go break even at CE of this wick here. Cause it's probably, yeah. Holy shit. Okay. That was pretty clean. I mean, I'm pretty surprised how clean like August has been lately. But yeah, that's an absolute banger, right? Clear draws higher. Looking at ES, obviously, looks like we wanted to take out this high. We have all these stacked up highs that ES is drawing towards, as well as on NQ. Inside of this 15-minute rebalance to the 0.5 of the range. Turtle swoop this low here inside of a fair value gap. -4 gets met. Market structure shift here. Market structure shift here. Like, you guys see how all of these arrays just align, and then we get a clean reaction off of that to rebalance this manipulation leg, and then we just rip up. Wow. Okay. Day Friday. Alright, looks like it's the last day here. So I like that. Alright, manipulation at the high. So what do? We mark out our standard deviation level to -4. -2 gets met. What do? We rebalance from this -2, right? Rebalance the range. OTE, unmitigated gaps get met. -4 gets met. Displacement off of that -4. Enter right there. Look for any alignments here. What do we see? Order block. Fair value gap. Liquidity resting inside of another fair value gap. So what does it make the low that we just created? It makes this low protected. And obviously that -4 level getting met, the reversal level, and being respected. There's the entry. TP, you can buy side, unmitigated gaps. Usually when we leave 930 highs, I really like to target that as a draw on liquidity. So I usually target that the most. You could go break even at this 1 minute gap here. Or not. And bang. Super simple stuff, guys. Really easy once you get the hang of things and you start seeing how all of these confluences line up and all these signatures in price. But yeah, it's gonna be it for this week. of backtesting. Here's the stats, obviously. And I'll probably do another one of these videos, but I'll do like a whole month next time instead of just a week. I just wanted to keep it nice and simple so I can really like go through my thought process and whatnot. But absolutely banged 100% win rate. Yeah, super clean. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned some new things. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.